So, and I don't think by the time my presentation I will have enough to say, because we already present all the opportunities when we start here of relaxing everybody. So now this is, we say here Comores is land of opportunities. Yes, of course, it's land of opportunities, because if there is no investment, it means there is opportunity for investment. And in Comores, we want new Comores from A to Z about infrastructure. So this conference comes really in time. Why? Because before COVID, the state of Comores have organized a big conference of development in Paris. And COVID came, nothing has been done. And we participate as Ambassador Anish in Dubai Expo. We try to make another conference in Dubai with investors. That I think they really place. We must need to come to South Africa. Here we can find solutions to develop our country. So this is a country profile. It's 4 islands, very small islands. Sometimes if you look in map, you see just 4 small points. So you may ask me, where is this 4 small points? We are in another region, very close neighbor for South Africa. Around 2 or 3 hours if there is direct flight to go to Comores. But unfortunately, there is no direct flight, so we can transit to Tanzania or Nairobi or Addis, another country. We are here for that. And the population, it's a very small population because it's under 1 million, so it's just an area in Johannesburg, I think. And this is our area. It's a very small area also. So next, please. Just come back. So I think we will go to the video because I know the country profile. And I would like to bring the islands here, but I cannot because it's difficult to show the island. So we're going to see the video for Comores, who we can present the opportunities with Comores. Please start by, yeah. That's right. It's fine.
I can watch.
So, you know, technology sometimes cannot be a big friend. That's right.
Les îles de la Lune. Archipel au sultan d'Ataï. Les îles au parfum. Les Comores. Catherine nichée dans l'océan Indien. Paradisiaque, prête à être explorée. Votre prochaine destination touristique. Découvrir un pays où l'île est concentrée. Côtoyer une faune endémique entre mer et terre. Partir paradis à découvrir. Ensemble, partageons des souvenirs indélébiles.
Okay, thank you. We're going to show another video. As you say, video is also in French because it's a French speaker. But now there is a very big effort to Comoros. We try to learn English because we know we must be connected with English speakers. Because all our neighbors, if you leave Comoros, you can never find the French language. You go to Tanzania, it's in English, Nairobi, and all those countries. It's only Madagascar who speaks. And the Swahili, because the Comoros language, it's part of Swahili language, it's a dialect. So if somebody from Tanzania speaks Swahili, so Comorian can understand. And my boss here, His Excellency, he's the best one in Comoros who speaks Swahili. Maybe. So, as you know, I'm saying, no Comoros, about your profile, what we offer the tourism opportunities, infrastructure opportunities, and there is a very big willingness of the government to develop Comoros. It's come through, we call it emerging plan of Comoros. It's a vision for His Excellency 2030 to develop Comoros. I think we invite you, all of you, to come develop Comoros with us. Please, we say it's a paradise to discover. So if you want to go to the paradise without visit Comoros, you can see how it's a paradise, please.
The archipelago lies Moheli, an island of well-preserved nature in the UNESCO biosphere. Here we find a rich biodiversity, from the forest of the interior to the waters of the marine park. Off the coast of Numachua, we observe whales in season, and on the beaches of Itsania, sea turtles come to lay eggs every night. The potential for investment in sustainable tourism is incredible. The soil of Moheli is exceptionally fertile, and the island is positioned as the granary of the archipelago, producing bananas, potatoes, and other fruits and vegetables. A production potential that can grow very quickly, with investments in responsible industrial agriculture.
Thank you. Next video. This is a short photo video. It's not a video, it's a photo. So to show you the space we offer for tourism development, for golf, for everything we want to develop that. So now, this can you look in the presentation, please. So here I just present this legal framework we offer in National Investment Promotion Agency in terms of investment code. Because I know I'm here with investors, so they want to know if we come in Comoros, so what we'll get. So you know, in terms of investment promotion code in Comoros, so we have, I would call it little count of regime or in plan. So the plan A, you know, it's around 10,000 euro. You have 5-year exempted for tax and customs. Yes, it's available. And we have this plan B also, 7-year, and the plan C, 10-year, and plan D, 30-year. But the investment code in Comoros can be also targeted, because if the government sees these important projects they want to develop it, so we can discuss with the government to establish convention and to go through the need of the industry. So it means it's open. So it's the most important message I want to send it to you, and thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. I think we can all agree that that was very beautiful videos, and the island is just amazing. I'm sure you all are ready to hop on a flight and fly out there and just experience that serene life with the Marines and just so much beauty. I think we can't wait to get on with this project, and all of you here are on board and we're ready to go. So next up, we have Seelan Naika, the Managing Director of Dynamic Boats. He's going to sail us there, right?
Hey, hello to everyone. My name is Ivan Kavada. This gentleman to my left is Mr. Seelan Naika. We both are partners in a company called Dynamic Boating Solutions. Firstly, I'd like to welcome our guests from the Comores to our country, and I'd encourage everybody in the audience to help me do that with a round of applause. So, for most of us in this room, South Africa is our home, and during your stay here with us, I hope that you feel as comfortable as it is your home as well. Okay, so we're going to go through our presentation. It's actually very short compared to some of the other ones, and we're going to try and give you the feeling of what our business does and what we believe we can do. My uncle, Seelan, is going to take over.
Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ivan. Okay. I have been in the boating industry for the last 30 years. We're a family-owned business. We are boat builders. We manufacture boats. We import boats. We import equipment. And our passions are to train, pass on knowledge, and we're passionate about developing younger people to get into the industry of boat building and boating in general. So we'll just go through the slides. I'm not blocking anyone. Okay, this company, Dynamic Boating, was founded in 2018, but I've been in the industry since, 30 plus years ago. We've got the agencies for Rodman sports fishers, Rapid Cat boats for Southern Africa. You'll see pictures of the boats just now. These are our imported boats. When my nephew Ivan joined me, we started a wholesale division, and we import boating equipment and accessories from around the world. We've got a maritime training school at our offices, where we've got about 60 students that come through every 6 months, and we train them on boat building. I'm also very involved in Formula 1 powerboat racing. My daughter used to race from the age of 8, and the president of Formula 1 South Africa and I have started a development program teaching young children basically how to drive a boat. And you'll see slides on that. That's our factory and some of the boats that we build.
So some of the benefits with boat building within this country, we get that it boosts the local economy and obviously creates some jobs for the local people. Something that we feel truly passionate about is training people. So we try and train as many unskilled people. We don't necessarily look for people who are qualified with degrees or diplomas, but we take a lot of people, in some cases even from rural areas, and we train them with the skills that we've acquired over the years. And we try and pass on our technical expertise to the next generation. So it won't stop when our company stops at some period of time. Hopefully, these skills can be passed on from generation to generation. Something that we believe gives us an edge is our experience in lean manufacturing. So for those of you that don't know what lean manufacturing is, it's basically a process where you increase the efficiency of a manufacturing facility by reducing waste. So it's very simple to hear, but my experience and our company's experience in Africa is that we have a lot of room to improve in this area. One of the reasons it's difficult for African companies to compete with the likes of China and India is because our manufacturing costs are considered to be quite high. So we have extensive experience in different countries in Africa, training people on how to reduce these wastes by simple principles. Some of them you might have heard of, like 5S or Kaizen or root cause analysis. We do many of these things when we work in our own manufacturing facility, and we believe it gives us a competitive advantage.
This is an 8-meter rib, a semi-rigid inflatable that we manufacture for divers. It's used for commercial ventures, taking tourists out to see where they could dive and bringing them back. And we sell quite a few of these. That's our manager on the fiberglass inside. And that's the console. That's what we call a bum box. You sit on it and you drive your boat. We are one of the few companies in South Africa that are trusted to repair specialized lifeboats. So ships from all over the world, when they experience storms and have damages, that's our premises at the bottom on the outside, and that's us loading it onto a ship after we've repaired it. During the rains, heavy storms and floods we had about 15 boats sink. Dynamic boating repaired 9 out of 15. This is one of them that went down. And I was also called by the NSRI to assist as I'm a skipper and a racer and a jet skier, to use a jet ski around the areas to navigate, to help with, getting people away from the waters. It was a bad time for Durban and KZN. These are the products that we have associated ourselves with, and the products that we import into South Africa. We do the Onwa range of fish finders and the Lorans. Now, Onwa is the company that I visited in China. We've got the Southern African distribution rights for them. Onwa supplies Singapore into Africa because they manufacture electronics that will do the job for impoverished people at the right prices. A lot of the anglers into Africa and like Singapore, where I've seen firsthand, and I personally have fished Dar es Salaam, where I've sold these products into, and they fish on dugouts. But I've put fish finders on those dugouts. Because without a fish finder, you don't know what's under the water. You've got to fish where the fish are. They say 90% of the fish are in 10% of the water. It's finding that 10% that I'm qualified to do and train people how to do it. And we do see first hydraulics. Oh, this is one of the brands that we are the distributors for in Southern Africa, Mauritius, Madagascar, and Seychelles. It's called a Rodman range of boats. Over the last 30 years, we've moved 14 of these, not that specific one, but 14 of those boats were imported into Southern Africa. They range in price from 14 million up to 75 million rands. I'm proud of the range, but we don't sell them. You know, so we do, that's the Onwa range of finders. We do the bilge pumps, hydraulics, VHF radio, anti-fouling for vessels, ships and boats. We do all your pyrotechnics. And a new agency that my nephew has acquired that we've been doing well with is marine flooring or marine carpets. It's waterproof flooring that's antimicrobial. We can also get one that's fire retardant that the ships would use. Very popular for South African boat builders.
So our marketing strategy is really customer based. If anyone has been in the marine industry as long as we have, you would know that most of your sales and most of your even advertisement come from people having good service. And that's been something that's been helping our company grow year on year, because we strongly believe our best form of advertisement is giving the customer the best service that we can give. One thing that we're really proud of, and my wife is probably not proud of, is that we offer 24-hour customer service. So we do get some calls at 2 in the morning where a boat is stuck out, and we jump on and we get out there and help the customers as much as we can. My uncle went not too long ago taking fuel, I think 1 nautical mile out to sea, just to get the boat back. So we do offer that service. It's a difficult one, and it's really helped us in form of marketing. We attend all the major boat shows in South Africa and some overseas. So a big one is the Mets Trade Show, which we'll be going to in November this year. And that's also a very good form of advertisement or marketing. We've been in social media active on Facebook for the last 6-7 years. And we're proud to say some of our videos get up to 100,000 views. And I would think something between 60 to 70% of our sales actually comes from Facebook and social media. So when my uncle goes fishing in different countries, like you'll see on the next one, fishing in locations like Zanzibar, the Seychelles, Tofu, Spain, Alicante, while I'm at home working, he gets a lot of exposure for the company and a lot of good publicity for us as well.
This is our South African Formula One development program. That's Paul Shepherd. He's a 5-time South African champ. He's ranked 3rd in the world. And that was my daughter when she started racing. And that's us just taking the kids on these little boats with 15 horsepowers so they could feel what it's like to ride a boat. And if the child is passionate to race, sometimes Paul and I do the sponsorship ourselves to enable them to race. And we do little races. We've got a big Grand Prix coming up in September in the Ugu district. We just had a race in April up at Rhinefield Dam. We had a Grand Prix there, and we had little kids on. These are called the GT15s, which is a 15 horsepower. The bigger one that my daughter is on, that's called a F30. And then obviously we go to the 200 horsepower. That goes from 0 to 160 in 3 seconds. And I get up to 230 to 250 kilometers an hour. Your G's on a left-hand turn is 5.5 G's, which is, yeah, fairly hectic. But it's a passion. It's a passion to train. You know, I'm not racing, I'm retraining. These are just some of the fish that I caught on the TV shows that I used to do. And I am a firm believer in tag and release. I do not kill. These fish, with the exception of the one in the center that got what we call barrel trauma, when a fish comes up from the bottom too quick, it suffers barrel trauma and its eyes pop out. It's dead. It's alive while you've got it, but it's dead. The other fish, that was 101 kilo yellowfin tuna that we released in Hout Bay. And it's a simple procedure to release. You pull it behind the boat, so water rushes through it and through the gills, and it fights and it goes off again. So yeah, we've done quite a few TV shows. We're busy with another one, but we target conservation, ethical, sustainable fishing. And that's knowledge we pass on in any country that we are from as well.
Okay, before we end, we'd like to leave it open for anyone if you have any questions. But if you don't feel like asking now, you can also meet us after the event and we can talk about it. Lastly, I'd like to leave you guys with something that I've learned. Based on what we have seen over the past few days in our research of the Comores Islands, I think we can all agree it's unequally beautiful, and the amount of opportunity that the island has is something that maybe my imagination doesn't yet grasp. I'll leave you with this quote, and the quote is by Eleanor Roosevelt, and it says, "The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of dreaming." And as much as we would like to be involved in this project, I think it's a beautiful quote that the team who is involved can use to succeed in what we're trying to achieve. The Comores project has given my uncle and I a lot of excitement for the Comores itself, but also for Africa, as we believe Africa should be the heart of the world. Thank you for your time, everyone.
Thank you so much. I think we're all feeling the excitement for the Comores now. It's becoming more real as the day goes by. And for these amazing people who are not killing the fish, yay! So next up, we've got Tanzeen Razak, who is the Managing Director for Lemon Pebble Designs. What a special name.